What's good, boys? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Alessandro, also known as NadaqAle online. Over the last 12 months, I've accumulated well over $300,000 in payouts, right around $350,000 in payouts. So when I give you advice, it is genuine, and I do feel that I have the credentials to speak about trading as a subject, to give you guys advice as my students, right? And I really wanted to make a video about this because so many people think that there's a direct path or a direct journey that they can just copy and paste to become a profitable trader. So I kind of want to make a video covering what I would do. Sorry, I'm sick. What I would do if I had to start trading all over again, right? After I have the money, after I have the cars, the watches, the profitability, the consistent income from trading, right? Which is never actually consistent. Some months you are not going to make money, and I hope you know that. That is how trading works. Some months you make money, some months you don't make money, right? A losing month is rare, but it can happen, right? You have to understand that trading is periodic, is a period of, how do you describe this? The income isn't month to month. It's not a salary, right? So when you're describing profitability, it is over a given period of time, right? So if I tell you I'm profitable, that just means I've made money the last 12 months, right? On average, I've made $30,000 a month for the last 12 months, right? Does that mean I made $30,000 every month? No. Some months I made 50. Some months I made more. A lot of months I actually made less, right? And that's how trading works. On average, I made 30. And I want to make a video covering what I would do if I had to start all over again from literally base one, from first base. If I had to start all over again, right? The first thing I would do is literally go on YouTube. Go on YouTube, because personally what I did was I went on YouTube and then I started trading funded accounts. Was that stupid? Yes. I saw so many people tell me, don't go on funded accounts, don't trade funded accounts until you actually know what you're doing, trade paper. What did I do? And what did most people like you do? You go straight to funded accounts. You might even open a live account with real capital, because you might like bang one trade after you actually learn what you're doing and you're like, holy shit, I know what I'm doing. No, don't be an idiot. Don't be an idiot. Please trade paper for at least 2 to 3 months, because I promise you, those 2 to 3 months that you first start trading, you are not going to make money in the real markets. So there's no point of actually trading real money. You're not going to make money regardless. You might as well not lose any as well, right? So go into a paper account with TradingView, some brokers. I know Robinhood, or I don't think Robinhood offers paper. I know Thinkorswim offers a paper, which is Ameritrade, also known as Charles Schwab. Some brokers offer paper accounts. TradingView offers paper accounts. Whatever broker you need, or just use TradingView. Honestly, just use TradingView, right? Trade a paper account for at least 2 to 3 months. You don't need to risk real money on the markets, especially over the course of 10 years. I guarantee you're not going to look back at your first 3 months and regret not trading real money. There is no point, right? So please don't have any live or real risk and capital in the markets when you are first starting off learning what you're doing, right? Number 2, everything you need to learn to become somewhat successful as a trader is going to be on YouTube. Obviously, after that, I do recommend finding a mentor to help you scale. But for the basics, everything you need to understand is going to be on YouTube. I don't recommend you invest in a mentor unless you've been trading for a few months, right? Your first few months should be purely free education on YouTube. Everything you need to understand the basics of trading is going to be for free on YouTube. You can check out my page. I have AJ Academy. I teach you all my concepts. I have these psychology videos every weekend. You can also watch TGR's Bootcamp. That's a classic. You can watch the 2022 ICT mentorship. It's very long and low-key, a lot of yapping, but it's not about a video either, right? You can also watch T-Trades. I highly recommend his YouTube channel. If you guys don't watch him, feel free to watch T-Trades. Great YouTuber. Shout out to him. But essentially, if I had to start all over again, I would forget about the money. I would stop focusing on the dollar amount that I want to make from my trades, right? I would only focus on my inputs. I would only focus on learning for free on YouTube. I would only focus on paper trading, and I would only focus on my inputs. Are my trades good? How am I reacting to my trades? How am I reacting to the markets when I lose the trade, right? And like I said before, there's no direct roadmap, right? It personally took me a year to become profitable. It takes some people 3 years. It takes some people 4 years. It takes some people 6 months. It is all about your time in the markets and your understanding of the concepts you are learning, right? Just because the strategy works for me doesn't mean it has to work for you. Just because the strategy works for Billy doesn't mean it has to work for Alex, right? Everyone's model, everyone's strategy is going to be different. Especially when you become a profitable trader, you will understand that every trader has a different perspective of their own strategy. You can have 100 people that trade ICT. I guarantee you, we all enter off different trades. We all see the market in a different way. So stop focusing on, oh my God, I took the same trade as Ale. Oh my God, I took the same trade as Billy. Like, it doesn't matter who you're copying with your trades. Learn to build your own system and learn to be confident with it. Like generally, for months, I fixated myself on copying other people's trading styles. I fixated myself on getting a payout, making money. Like, no. The second I disassociated myself from the outcome, the second I disassociated myself with other traders, is when I saw real success as a trader. When I started focusing on, does this trade make sense to me? To me. I don't care who the fuck else it makes sense to. Does this setup make sense to me? Do I see this as a potential stop loss? Do I see this as a potential take profit? If no, I don't enter that trade. I used to enter trades thinking, oh, but my mentor would take this trade. If you don't see the setup, don't risk any capital. Especially if you're just learning out how to trade, please trade paper. There's no reason for you to be risking any real capital in these markets, all right? Stay safe, be careful, especially as a beginner. There's no need for you to risk any real money in the markets. So please listen to me when I tell you, switch to paper, especially if you don't know what you're doing and you're blowing hundreds of dollars on funded accounts. Switch to paper. There's no downside to it. You're learning how to grow as a trader. Your trades are improving. Your psychology is improving. All you're doing is helping yourself make more money in the future. You're investing in yourself as a trader while having no downside to anything in life. All right, so just please take my advice with that, because I probably lost $10,000 on funded accounts before I saw a lick of profit with a payout. And why was that? Because I was spending money on evals when I didn't even know how to trade. Why are you spending money on prop firms when you don't know how to trade? Why do you think prop firms make so much money? Because all these little kids are going around buying funded accounts thinking, oh, I'm going to make $20K a month, when they can't even tell you why they're in a trade. If you can't explain why you're in a trade, don't be in a fucking trade. It's literally that simple, right? Start focusing on the inputs. I stress this in every video, and I stress this so much because it is so important. You guys focus on the outputs so much in your trades. You're always focused on the outputs. You're focused on the dollar amount you're going to make from a trade. You're focused on the P&L while you're in a trade. And if you're focusing on your outputs, you're sacrificing the quality of your inputs, right? When you're in a trade, justify, does your stop loss make sense? Does your take profit make sense? Is your entry valid? Why are you in a trade? If you can't explain your entry, stop loss, and take profit, you should not be in a trade. And that is one of the biggest mistakes I made as a beginner. I would force trades to make money. I would force trades to pass my funded. I would force trades to get a payout. And all that did for me was set me back. You might think you're doing yourself a favor. It might work once or twice. All you're doing is building bad habit. You're falling into a bad routine that will bite your ass and cook you tenfold in the future, right? So while you're unprofitable, while you're starting to learn how to trade, build good habits. Focus on building good habits, right? And while you're at that, focus on getting rid of the bad habits. If you suffer from over trading, over risking, over leveraging, if you react when you lose a trade, if you're emotional with your system and you know you're emotional, please remove that from your trading before you go and try to scale, before you go and try to buy more funded accounts, put money to a live account. You should be emotionless as a trader, right? You should understand that your strategy and your model is proven to work over X amount of trades. So why do you care if you lose one, right? Understand that. Focus on your inputs. If my input is 10 trades and 7 of them win, 3 of them lose, I still come out green with a 1 to 2 risk reward. I actually come out very green. So why do I care, right? The average trader would react when they take a loss, right? What is that? Poor inputs that is purely based off the output of you wanting to make more money and you not willing to lose a trade that is literally part of your system, right? So if I were to start all over again, if I were to go back to first base as a trader and I had to start everything all over again, what would I do? Learn for free on YouTube, paper trade, learn to build good habits and disassociate myself from all bad habits. What are good habits? Focusing on your inputs. Is it a good trade? Can you explain your entry, stop loss, and take profit? Does the trade make sense to you? I don't care if it makes sense to your friend. I don't care if it makes sense to your mentor. Does it make sense to you? If the trade doesn't make sense to you, you should not be in that trade. You should not be risking capital in a position you don't understand, right? What are bad habits? Being emotional, revenge trading, over leveraging, over risking. If you can disassociate yourself from all those habits, you will see so much progress as a trader. If you guys have any questions about this and you guys want to join the free Discord, feel free to do that. I will leave a link for that in the bio. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I'll see you boys tomorrow. Peace out.